Hi, this is Kyle Vorster, and here's my speech. And this is my speech outline. And my audience.
Hello.
Okay, today we'll be talking about the Ultimate Fighting Championship. I'll be talking about how it is the fastest growing sport in the world, and how, yet some can't stomach to watch it, because it is too violent. By now you have all seen on billboards, TV, or even live, all different Ultimate Fighters, and as big as a fan as I am, I've researched it, I've tried to live some of the lifestyles, and I know a few of the fighters. The UFC has gone through many different changes, spreading from the US to Japan, and it's gone from a bloody no-rule battle to a strictly executed rules and regulations challenge. Today I will tell you how the UFC was started and how it's grown over the years until it is today. The UFC was started by a man named Roy Gracie. It was started as an idea for his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school to promote his family's business, and another man named Arthur Davey. Arthur Davey was an ad man, and he helped Roy Gracie get his idea out to the world. And the idea of martial arts tournament was pitched to a company named Semaphore Entertainment Group, SEG. An SEG employee, Michael Abramson, came across the name UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC. On November 12, 1993, the first martial arts tournament was made, which would later be called UFC 1. The tournament would include fighters from all over the world with different fighting styles, and who would face off against one another to determine which fighting style was the best. The tournament included matches of karate, kickboxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and even sumo wrestling. Today, the UFC organization strives to grow to the highest levels of safety and quality, and in all aspects of the sport. The UFC was started as a brutal fight in a cage before rules were added. The pay-per-view rules were not implemented, and pay-per-view rules were not implemented. Hair pulling and low blows and headbutts were all allowed, and it was all a brutal fight. No gear was used at all, and it was all bare knuckle, and it was used as a main headline. Unfortunately, with these kind of rules, a lot of TV would not broadcast it because it was too violent and too bloody. Eventually, the UFC managed to stay alive by introducing protective gear. They also allowed no groin shots and headbutts, biting, hair pulling, any of that kind of thing. The first UFC took place in November 1993 in Denver, Colorado. Today, the UFC organization is regulated in 45 of our states and many other countries. Recently, Japan, for the first time. The UFC fights started as tapes to promote the Gracies with their business, for their family business, to get Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu out. And yet, today it has expanded to selling live tickets, to selling out live tickets within minutes. In conclusion, the UFC organization has grown from brutal brawls to strictly executed rules, fights, and challenges. The UFC has gone through many changes, spreading from Japan and the US, and has gone from just one state and one country to 45 and many different countries. Today I've told you about how the UFC got its start and how it's proved today. Next time you see a billboard, you will look at it and you will appreciate. Next time you look at a billboard, and you will appreciate how far it's come to get to where it is today. Like all of you, when you drive down Atlanta and you see UFC 145, you'll know where it got its start, and we'll appreciate if you go. And that's my speech.